The coffee shop was warm, golden lights glowing softly against the snowy evening outside. People chatted, laughed, tapped on laptops, enjoying pastries and warm drinks. Among them stood Jonathan Hale, a man whose name was known in business magazines and luxury news channels. A billionaire CEO of Hale Corp, polished shoes, tailored coat, and eyes that had seen success but rarely felt anything anymore. He had come to this small cafe to escape a board meeting that felt empty, like almost every fancy thing in his life now. Wealth yet no warmth. The bell above the door jingled. Everyone turned a little, but then quickly returned to their conversations. Except Jonathan. A girl stood there. Thin, clothes damp, hair messy, cheeks red from cold. She looked around like someone who desperately wanted to disappear but needed something too badly to leave. Her name was Emily Carter, though no one there knew it. She slowly approached the cashier. Her voice was soft, so soft that only a few heard her. Jonathan was one of them. Excuse me, she whispered. Do you have any expired cake? Or anything you're throwing away? I don't need it to be fresh. Anything is okay. The chatter in the cafe faded. A few people looked at her with disgust. Someone whispered, "Homeless." Another sighed loudly, annoyed that she was ruining the atmosphere. The cashier stiffened and shook his head. "We don't serve trash here," he said, cold and dismissive. Emily smiled a tiny, embarrassed smile. "The kind you give when you're trying not to break down." She nodded. "Okay, I understand. Thank you for your time." She turned to leave, hands shaking. Jonathan felt something pierce him like glass. A memory, sharp, unwanted. He remembered being 10 years old, hungry, standing outside a bakery with his mother, both of them ignored and shamed. Before he could think, he stood up. "Wait," Jonathan said, his voice firm but calm. Emily froze. Everyone watched. Jonathan stepped forward. "You're not leaving. Come sit. You'll eat with me." People stared. Some rolled their eyes. Yet Emily looked terrified. I don't want to bother anyone," she murmured. "You're not," he replied. "Please, sit." He pulled out a chair. She hesitated a long moment, then sat. Jonathan ordered her a full meal, warm bread, soup, pasta, tea, and yes, cake. Fresh cake. Emily didn't start eating immediately. She waited, hands in her lap, eyes lowered. "You can eat," he said softly. She finally lifted the spoon. Her hands trembled. The first bite made her inhale sharply, like her body had forgotten what real food tasted like. Tears formed, but she wiped them quickly, embarrassed. "Thank you," she whispered. "Thank you so much." Jonathan smiled gently. "What's your name?" "Emily." "I'm Jonathan." She paused. "I know who you are. Everyone does." He swallowed. That wasn't always a good thing. He waited a moment, then asked, "Emily, why were you asking for expired cake?" She stared at her hands, voice cracking. "Because I don't deserve more than that," she whispered. His heart tightened. "My mother died 3 months ago," she continued. "After that, we lost our home. I've been staying at a shelter sometimes outside. I look for work, but I haven't eaten properly in days. I don't want to steal. So I ask for things people throw away." There was no self-pity in her voice, only quiet pain. Jonathan took a slow breath. "Emily, would you work for me?" She looked up fast, shocked. "What?" I don't have qualifications." "You have honesty," he replied. "And resilience. And humility. Those are things money can't buy. Come to Hale Corp tomorrow. I'll make sure you get training, a place to stay, food, clothes, everything you need." Emily stared at him, really stared, searching for a trick. "Why?" she asked finally. "Why would you help me?" Jonathan looked out the window where snow fell like silent memories. "When I was your age," he said, voice quiet, "my mother and I were homeless for a year. No one helped us. Not one person. I promised myself, if I ever made it out, I'd never walk past someone hungry." Emily's eyes filled. She covered her mouth with her hand and nodded slowly. The cafe was silent now. Some people were ashamed. Some moved uncomfortably. A few wiped their own tears. Jonathan stood and went to pay. But before he reached the counter, the cashier, the one who had dismissed Emily, spoke. "Sir, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have." Jonathan didn't shout, didn't insult. He simply said, "Next time treat everyone like they're worth something, even if they can't buy anything." Then he walked back to Emily. "Let's go," he said gently. "But I haven't finished," she said. "We can take it with us," he smiled. "You'll eat again soon."